Most people will never claim sovereignty, not because they're not capable, but because it's uncomfortable. It means questioning loyalties. It means breaking free from systems. It means facing yourself. And that's not easy. I know what it feels like to live the opposite, to feel boxed in, following the script, study hard, get the diploma, land the job, try to buy an apartment, and work until retirement. I followed that path too, and I felt something was off. It was like living in a beautiful box that slowly got smaller every year. And then I created something else. Today, my company is registered in the UK and my residency is in Bali. My clients are all over the world and my investments are international. None of this happened by luck. It was built intentionally, courageously, and step by step. Sovereignty, both financial and personal, isn't something you stumble into. It's a choice that you make again and again. And each time, it will ask you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. And this is what I want to share with you today, because sovereignty begins the moment you dare to ask yourself the right questions. Grab your notebook. I have a few for you. I'm Anne-Claire. I've been a mentor and a coach for over 10 years, and here I share tools to break free from limiting beliefs and create a life that feels rich, vibrant, and truly yours. Here's the truth. Most people will never walk the path of sovereignty, not because they can't, but because it's uncomfortable. It's easier to stay in the known, to follow the script, to take the job everyone understands, to pay the taxes everyone pays, to live in a place where you blend in instead of starting over. Comfort is seductive, and safety is addictive. And social approval can be a stronger drug than freedom itself. People will tell you that you're crazy for questioning the system. They will call you irresponsible for wanting something different. My parents did. And sometimes people will disappear from your life because your freedom threatens their comfort. And that's the price. It's not just financial, it's emotional. You will have to let go of what's familiar to create what's real. But if you're still here listening, you're not most people. Now let's talk about the cost of not doing it. When you refuse to claim your sovereignty, you keep your life small. You outsource your power to governments, employers, institutions that don't necessarily have your best interest at heart. You wake up 10 years later wondering what happened and why nothing changed. You start to tell yourself stories. I couldn't, it wasn't the right time, I didn't have the resources or the knowledge, but deep down, you know it wasn't that. It was fear. You made choices from scarcity instead of following your vision. And that quiet grief you feel, that's regret. The awareness that you had one life and you didn't claim it fully. But here's the sneaky part. There are hidden benefits to staying small. If you don't play, you can't lose. If you don't try, you can't fail. If you don't build, nothing can collapse. That illusion of safety keeps so many people stuck right where they are. So, I'll ask you this. Grab your notebook. Where in your life are you confusing safety with stagnation? And what are the benefits of not being sovereign right now? You may want to pause the video. Maybe it's having people making choices for you, so having less responsibilities on your shoulders. Maybe it's not stepping out, not shining too bright. And what else? On the other side of discomfort, my friend, live the real rewards. Freedom, choices, breathing room, expansion. When you step into sovereignty, you begin to feel truly alive again. You stop living inside someone else's script. You start building wealth, not only to cover your needs, but to create a life that excites you. You discover places and communities that nourish your vision. You meet people who also are daring to live on their own terms. And one day you look around and realize your life has become unrecognizable in the best possible way. That's what sovereignty feels like. Pride, peace, and presence. In my early 30s, I started to travel more, and I met a lot of self-employed digital nomads, visiting the world and living more and more on their own terms. I loved it. I wanted more of that for myself. Each one of the entrepreneurs I had the chance to meet helped me believe that it was possible for me too. Can you feel it in your body as I speak about it? That sense of expansion in your chest, that subtle opening, like the air just got cleaner. That's what it feels when possibility lands. Let's take a breath together. Close your eyes, if you can, and place a hand on your chest. Ask yourself, What would sovereignty feel like in my body if I fully allowed it? Maybe it feels like space, like warmth, like energy moving. Stay in it for a few breaths. This is where it starts, not in your mind, but in your body. One moment of presence at a time. I suggest you to reach that place every single day as you're building your dream life. So I get a lot of questions. People often ask me, where should I invest? Which country has the best tax system? Where should I set up my company? How do I make passive income? And those are really good questions, but they won't change your life, because what matters most are the deeper questions, the one that challenge your beliefs, shake your loyalties, and bring you face to face with your truth. The right questions are doors, and once you walk through them, you can't go back. And that's why in my work, I don't give people a fixed template. I give them the courage to sit with real questions. Because once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it, and you set yourself in motion. Let's explore the first layer, clarity and power. Here's where we begin. Grab your notebook. These might sting a little, but they're gold. What does financial sovereignty really mean for you? Be radically honest. You may want to pause this video and take some notes after each question. Why is it important right now? How much of a priority is it in your life? What happens if you don't take your sovereignty seriously? Who or what are you giving your power to right now? Maybe you've been loyal to a system, a job, or a country that no longer serves you. Maybe you've been waiting for permission, and that's okay. Awareness is the first step. Here comes the second layer, energy and expansion. When I first started working as an independent, I had multiple jobs while building my naturopathic practice at the time. There were nights when I wanted to quit, but I kept asking myself, where is my energy meant to go? Towards survival or towards building the life that I know I want? I knew one thing. I wanted to serve, and I was willing to choose to step into the highest timeline possible. And that changed everything and made a difference. So ask yourself, what gives you energy and what drains you? Honestly, a lot of people are tired today, exhausted and burnt out, not because they do too much, but because they do too much of what they don't like and not enough of what brings them joy and towards true purpose. Adjust that. What would you try if you knew you couldn't fail? At the end of your life, will you be able to say that you made the most of the cards you were given? Those are really big ones, because your energy, what drives you, tells the truth more than your mind ever does. Your mind will find tricks and strategies your heart knows. Here comes the third layer, the world you built, because sovereignty isn't only about inner work. It's also about structure, about where you anchor your company, which residency supports your freedom, how you diversify your income and investment. It comes after the deep questions we've explored. So ask yourself, what do I gain by staying loyal to my current system? And what do I lose? Am I willing to explore new countries, tax systems, and residency? Can I be curious about it? So when I choose Bali as my home base, I didn't just look at the beauty of the island. It is gorgeous, but not only. I asked myself, do I feel safe here? Do I feel inspired? Can I build what I want from this place? And the answer was yes. And that yes changed the trajectory of my life. Before that, I used to live in Costa Rica, where I also asked for residency. Before that, I was in Berlin. Before that, I was in Paris. But I love Bali. I feel grounded and supported here. I like being surrounded by entrepreneurs too. I used to live in Kopangan, Thailand, and I even established a company there in 2019. But the vibe there was much more hippie. I feel that Bali has a lot more of the free lifestyle that I love, and enough entrepreneurs who actually get things done. Not only dreamers, but also doers. And yeah, I love it. But my way is not the way. There are many paths to freedom, and the goal is to find what's right for you. The fourth layer is about relationships. Sovereignty is not built in isolation. The people you surround yourself with either expand you or contract you. This is a big piece. I used to feel very lonely in my personal and professional vision for my life. Family members and friends didn't understand me. I once had a boyfriend. I truly wanted to build a life with, but it wasn't supportive of me choosing my purpose. It didn't feel right at the time that he asked me to choose. The people I allow close to me must help me reach my highest potential and honor the vision I hold for my life. I'm so glad I let him go. It was hard, but I had to move forward. And later on, I met truly supportive partners. So ask yourself, do the people closest to me support my vision or distract me from it, prevent me from moving forward? Does my partner empower my sovereignty or is afraid of it? Who inspires me and how can I learn from them? How can I grow with them? And then beyond myself, how do I want to give back, redistribute wealth? How do I want to contribute to the world that I want to see? Because true sovereignty is never selfish. It's about the ripple effect you can create when you stand in your power. You will invite others to stand in their own powers. Today, I have not only created jobs, but my abundance also allows me to support my friends and community, to help children and animals. Here in Bali, there are so many stray animals, and I regularly fund care and sterilization for them. I'm a mama to so many dogs and cats here. Here's your mentor's challenge. Watching a video about sovereignty is not enough. Answering 1 or 2 questions is not enough. This work requires commitment. So here's my challenge to you. 3 things. 1, make one financial decision today, even a small one. Can be open an account, invest, or cancel something that doesn't serve you. 2, transform one belief that has been keeping you small and practice the new one daily. Find examples that it is true for you. 3, take one concrete action this week that moves you closer to your sovereignty. Schedule a consultation, research a new residency, or simply say no to something that drains you. That's how you build freedom, one decision at a time. Sovereignty isn't about having every answer before you begin. It's about daring to ask the right questions again and again, and letting those answers reshape your life. Most people will never do this. That's the brutal truth, but you can. And if you do, the great rewards are amazing. Much more than financial freedom. It's the pride, it's the expansion, it's the unshakable knowing that you designed a life that is fully yours. If you want sovereignty, it will cost you your comfort, but it will give you back your life. So here is my final question for you. What else is possible for your life? And if this video inspired you, share it with someone who's ready to live free. And I have a gift for you. You may want to download chapter 1 of my book, Millionaire from the Heart. It's free down below with the link. You can access it in PDF or audio version. See you in the next video.